Yeah, just really excited for the week. When we were here last week, I didn't know if I'd be here again, and the guys had a great performance at Big Tens, finishing third in some pretty adverse conditions. I think we spoke last time that we thought we probably needed a top five finish, and they came through, and just really looking forward to competing.
Coach, we've got some questions from Rob Hernandez with WisconsinGolf.com. He asks, when you were at UAB, you maybe didn't shock the world with getting through to the NCAA Regional in the 5th spot in 2021, but you had worked hard to do it. What was the key to that accomplishment, and what kind of advice will you share with the golfers on this year's Badger team that might help them get in position to do the same thing?
I think the key was we were still in the rounds, competitive. Round one, round two, didn't let anything get away. We were probably about 14 shots out with 9 holes to go, and made an incredible run that got us to nationals. And I think with our guys here, just letting them know, like, you just got to stay in every round, and as long as you're hanging in there, you have a chance.
Yeah, when you talk about Big Tens, and you said you felt like you had to have a top five performance at least to be able to get to this point. What was your message to those guys, knowing that, hey, the pressure's kind of on you to perform this weekend?
Yeah, honestly, just try to stay loose. I mean, we try to keep it fun. I mean, golf is pretty tense, especially once you tee off, and the more relaxed they can be off the course just makes it a lot easier when they're on the course. Those guys are older; they knew that what they had to do, and they honestly outperformed what a lot of people thought, but not what I thought.
Is there a certain message to this team of, hey, we've accomplished something that hasn't been done in a while, but there's still more work to do, or what is kind of your message and pitch to the guys going into this week?
Yeah, we're enjoying the moment right now. Everybody's in finals, so I don't think the team's been together since the selection show. It's like all six at the same time, so it's a little hit or miss here or there. And I think once we get through finals, they can breathe a little bit and enjoy the first couple of days in Michigan, and kind of get back into a little bit of a grind mode. And once the tournament starts, it's all business, and they'll be ready to go.
For you as a guy that's been at that level and experienced it, how do you portray it to them to try to prepare them for what it may look like on a bigger stage?
I mean, it's going to be different. Cameron Huss played last year as an individual, and he will see a huge difference. So much better to be there as a team. It will be exciting. We're playing with Michigan State round one, so I'm sure they'll have a lot of fans there. And we talked about it last time. We played in front of a lot of people this year, and that's going to be a good experience for us. And they'll be ready to go. I mean, these guys are driven.
I wanted to ask about Cameron Huss specifically. I mean, you talk about a guy that's out here trying to qualify for a U.S. Open and balancing this at the same time. What does that say about the character that he has and the kind of athlete that he is?
Yeah, he loves golf, and it's kind of, we say we want golf nerds, guys that just want to play golf all the time. They get their schoolwork done, do well in the classroom, and at the golf course all the time. Someone asked me earlier today, like, what are you going to do to prepare for this? And we're going to play as much golf as we can. And Cameron's the perfect example of that. I think we got back we didn't get back till Monday from Big Tens because of travel delays, and I believe it was Tuesday got through U.S. Open local. So it's pretty cool.
Speaking of the U.S. Open, can you tell us a little bit more about how Cameron competed there? And do we have any other guys that golf there?
Yeah, we had a few that tried. I think it was Tuesday when we got. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was right. And I mean, the weather was horrible. 50 degrees, blowing 30 to 40 miles per hour. Cameron, I think, got in pretty easily. Shot 2 under. Max Schwartz and Jacob Beckman, who's redshirting, played really well and just missed out. But I thought the coolest thing from that experience was reading Cameron's interview afterwards, talking about how great the weather was that day. And, everyone else that was interviewed talked about how hard it was. And Cameron was like, these are the best conditions we played in like 2 weeks. So I thought it was nice. And it was sunny, but that was about it. I mean, it was blowing really hard. And to me, that shows kind of like the growth of what we're trying to do. Like, all weather is what it is, so you just have to play and not be bothered by it.
We have 2 more questions from
Okay.
Rob. It's a rather unique lineup this spring with 2 veterans of the Badgers program in Coulter Smith and Cameron Huss, and 2 veterans of other programs, Maxime Lagrosse and Clayton Tribus, and good competition for the 5th spot. How would you explain the chemistry that has developed between those areas of the lineup roster, and how does it compare to what you saw when they all first came together in the fall?
Yeah, it was interesting. I think we brought 6 or 7 guys in this year, and you just never know how that's going to be. But I think Cameron and Coulter really took those newcomers in really quick and developed great chemistry. We have a lot of competition at practice. I mean, from 1 through 11. I mean, it's every day when we practice, it's competitive. So it's a sport that's difficult because if you don't make the lineup, you don't travel. So it's hard to sit at home and not be able to go. But I think guys are learning from that.
And then follow-up question, how does your regional assignment to East Lansing benefit the Badgers as far as familiarity with fairways, greens, and course conditions?
I think it's a big advantage. You see people when they're wanting to go to certain regionals where we were just going to be pleased to go to any regional. And so, like, if you could pick the regional you go to, you would pick East Lansing. Same grass, probably pretty similar golf course to University Ridge, stuff these guys have been on their whole lives. And just familiarity, travel's way easier, not having to go through 2 or 3 different airports to get there. So that'll be nice for us.
Just a note on historic and perspective. You've now in your second season as head coach here at the Badgers. It was a big deal to place as high as you did at Big Tens, and now with the team making it to the NCAA Regionals as a team in the first time in 15 years. What has it just been like for you and the team to kind of be able to accomplish these together?
I think it's pretty cool, and it's nice to be in that historical perspective. But really, at the end of the day, it's about these guys and this group and enjoying being around them and what they're able to accomplish, the legacy that they can leave. I mean, the legacy that every Badger has put on the program has helped us get to this point, and then just keep growing the legacy. I'll never, talk about Robbie Morway from last year, what he was able to do as a team leader to help these guys learn what it means to be a Badger, even to help me learn what it means to be a Badger. And, it's just been a fun ride so far. I want it to keep going, but really it's just about this group of guys and how hard they've worked.
You've talked a lot about them, about the current Badgers, last year's Badgers, just buying in to what you brought to the program. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I think when you take over a new program, it's just going to be different. I mean, how are you going to be received? And the reception here was amazing from the current players, former players from last year, and just believing in what we wanted to do as a coaching staff, how we wanted to run practice, how we wanted to carry ourselves, and they just do it. It's a different in this age that kind of ask people to do something and they just do it, and they get it done, and I think they believe it helps them.